I don't even know, I don't even know, I don't even know, bruh. I don't even know, bruh. I don't even know, I don't even know, I don't even know, bruh. I don't even know, bruh.
See, what we doing is putting everybody on. Black empowerment so we can have our own. The new BT in a podcast form. Been a long time coming, now we going strong. Keep the people uplifted all across the globe. We gon' put your own game, that's how we roll. This that wood boy crew that came from the scroll. We all stuck together, dawg, look how we grow. From Panama Canal, gotta go for back home. The boss city days pushed us to do more. Had to make a better way for our young ghosts. Now we vibing down the Florida, chilling on the coast. Greater than all, now we got our own clothes. Keep the gold in the circle, that's how you blown. Put your glasses up, let's celebrate and toast. This I don't even know, bro, we too dope. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Time for us to crank up, time to tune in. It's Mike Chacho with King Gabi.
Yo, what's good? Where you tuning into the I Don't Even Know Bro podcast with your host King Guy and the other host Mike Chacho. What up, Mike Chacho?
What's good, bro? What's going on?
Oh man, everything, man. What you know, bro?
I don't even know, bro. I don't even know what you know.
Everything. Hey, let's just see. Let's talk about Shedeur Sanders. Let's talk about the NFL. Let's talk about the whole combine. That's been the biggest story this whole weekend. Which is I think first of all, since even since last draft, they've been talking about him going in the top 5 picks, top 10 picks, top 3. And at one time he was the number 1 pick, you know, as a quarterback coming out of Colorado. Everybody knows Shedeur Sanders, that's Deion Sanders' son.
All right.
But all of a sudden he started dropping, man. He actually went, shout out to him for even getting drafted in the 5th round, 144, pick 144. But we all know, bro. We all know, man. We all know that he dropped for some reason, and I think everybody know what the reason was, man. As far as I think, me personally think they were trying to milk his pockets. That's one reason. They kept on trying to say that he had bad interviews and the way he was talking and everything, and he was too flashy and all that, man. But me personally, he just looked like a black father, a strong black father, in a black family that was in the spotlight that they didn't like. Me personally, I always look at the NFL as a plantation, anyways, and it ran like that. So I don't know if they want to. I think they showed. I think they made an example out of Shedeur as far as like nobody's bigger than plantation. That's how I looked at it. Because there's no way when you look at his skill set that he should have went 5th round. Period. Like it's no way, bro. And not only that, bro, the other quarterbacks that was picked before him was not even close to his skill set. Not even close to nothing he can do. And that was confusing about me. And another thing, bro, I can say that that I just think it was just they was milking the whole draft, because I don't even watch the draft like that, bro, to be honest with you. Other than the 1st round. I watched the 1st round and that's it. But I guess they were like, well, we want to get our ratings up and our views up, let's just keep on milking him and keep on watching him for about 3 days, man. But I don't know, man. I think it's deeper than what it is. But I can't look at it and be like he that bad to be a 5th round.
The last couple of days I've been pondering on it because I knew me and you was gonna do an episode on it because it was like it's that important. Shout out to the Sanders family. Shout out to everybody that was in the draft, whether he got drafted or not. Shout out to all them young men that's changing able to change their family lives and their lives. You know what I'm saying? With that great opportunity. As far as Shedeur go, yeah, he's top 10 talent. Everybody know that. NFL know that. And my whole thing was looking at it in a sense of pros and cons, right, of this young man, right? And I mean, his pro, like, I mean, he ready to go. He ready to go. I believe he's ready to go straight into the game. And you can always look at it as a blessing and a curse, because to me personally, I think a lot of college quarterbacks that come in the league needs to sit behind a veteran for a year or two and get their sea legs up on them. But that's just my, I believe people need to grow into those positions when you get to a whole nother level. Second, you can't tell nobody how to spend their money. You know what I'm saying? Shadir, Dion, they don't own the league. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Just like any other job, you can be the best person for the job, but if that corporation, the bosses, the supervisors speak against you because they can't get along with you on productive, and they don't think they can get the highest level of production value from you without you pushing back, then I mean it's a business, and that's what we learned yesterday. The last couple of days in real time, that the NFL, which we already knew, that it's a business and they can do what they want to do. Even with you can be the best cotton picker on the plantation, but at the end of the day, it ain't your cotton. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was showing us as a culture, especially as a culture, because in our culture, man, we push our sons to be the best football players and basketball players. That's a way out for a lot of people in our community, but at the same time, that's not the only way out. And the negative aspect of Dion being this overbearing father and this and that. See, I hate that they do that, because this black man is doing business and helping his son succeed on another level. Just like LeBron James and his son. We did an episode about that, about the nepotism. Why not stick up for your own kid? Hell, the president of the United States got $4-5 million from his dad. You know what I'm saying? Nepotism at its best. But we also understand that if you don't own it, it ain't yours, so you can't really make those kind of rules. It don't matter what the analysts say. It don't matter what other NFL players say. It matter what that owner and them GMs want, and that's just what it is. And we confuse confidence with arrogance. They do anyways. That young man got confidence. You never hear nothing bad about him being on drugs, sexual assaulting anyone, drinking and driving. The only thing that they beef with is his confidence. And in our culture, if you don't think you the shit, then nobody else won't. And that's just being real. He has a confidence, but they don't never talk about when he talk about God. In his religion and his father and stuff like that. They never shine a light on that, and which that would piss me off about the whole thing. Is like, he's this, he's that, he's this and that. I mean, the man betted on himself. Okay, well, he lost a little bit. Cool. Now he got a chip on the shoulder. It's cool. He's still in the NFL. It's a bigger deal to us as a culture because we can see the buck breaking in real time.
Right.
But at the same time, we have to understand as a culture is what me and you've been talking about for years is if we don't own it, it ain't too much we can do about it. We can kick, scream, complain, throw rocks at it all we want, but it still ain't our building. It still ain't our league. They still get drafted and go hug that white dude on the Roger Goodell, and like he's giving them the opportunity to wear, not knowing that these cats been playing since they was 5, you know what I'm saying, giving their blood, sweat, and tears. But we always look at it from the point of view of the company instead of the point of view of the player. And now we're looking at it more so in real time that the players, they're their own brand. They're walking billboards. So they have to be a certain kind of way sometimes if they want to, you know what I'm saying, get to the bread. But again, if you don't own nothing, ain't too much we can do but sit here and complain about it.
Yeah, all that makes sense, bro. I said the same thing, bro. I was like, again, you can't be bigger than the program, according to this lead or anything, bro. Like you said, it could be a regular job, bro. You can't go in there and think you the CEO when you own your own company, bro. That go for anybody, man. So I mean, I think it's like you said, we seen it in real times as far as what they can show you, bro. It doesn't even matter. Everybody in the NFL know he was better than all those quarterbacks, bro. Either way it goes, he should have really been number 1 pick. But with I guess throughout the time being a strong black man like his dad is, but his dad always been flashy too, bro. He always been I don't want to say just flashy, but just like you said, confident, knowing what he's doing. I mean, he built, like you said, he built something up. He built an empire. He built a legacy for the longest. They always been in front of the cameras. Ever since they were young, they always been reality TV stars and everything. So, like you said, bro, it just, I mean, I don't see nothing. It is what it is, bro. You
Just
either
to,
you're gonna stay down or just keep going.
I'm sorry. Dion been Dion been business since his FSU days. Actually, since his high school days, going to the FSU days, when he really became prime. It wasn't all about sports with him. It was about how can he maximize his brand,
Right.
which they don't like it because they're not making money off his brand the way they want to. And his son's doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, do a lot of teams want to put up with the arrogance? I don't think so. Like, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so when they passed on him a couple times, I'm like, what the hell? But again, they just, they dealt with Antonio Brown not too long ago. They dealt
I
with a
mean, is it
Le'Veon Bell.
arrogant though? Is it
But
arrogant
not,
or
but
confidence, bro?
what I'm saying is this.
I don't like when people say it's arrogant
But
when it's not.
what I'm saying, I'm speaking on the way they might look at it.
Oh, it matters.
We
Okay.
we might not. I'm looking at it like, bro, he talking that shit. But they looking at it like, man, this is somebody else we gonna have to put up with. We paying $1 million to put up with. Look at Antonio Brown. Look at Le'Veon Bell. Look at cats like that come and we pay them millions of dollars and then they end up being a liability. Not saying that Shedeur is the same caliber person they are, but at the same time, when you have a nasty taste in your mouth, you don't want to keep eating the same food. You know what I'm saying? And some people, as far as business go, that's how they look at it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be 100% saying, well, just because he's good, okay, I'd rather get two bad, mediocre players than one great player if I know those two mediocre players ain't gonna cost me no money, ain't gonna cost me no fines. And that's how they probably looking at it. I'm not saying that's how they looking at it, but that's how they probably looking at it.
I don't
And
know how
again,
I
too,
don't know how they can look at it that way though, because he ain't never got in no trouble.
but see, that's the thing. A lot of them guys ain't getting no trouble until they got to the league. Not saying he gonna get in trouble, but what I'm saying is this.
There's
You
nothing.
don't know,
It was no
but
type
you
of
don't,
red
but you
flag.
don't know how they thinking. It
I
ain't
know
even
how they
about getting in
thinking, bro.
trouble.
I
It
already
ain't
know
even.
how they thinking.
It ain't about. But look, it ain't about him
But,
getting in trouble either. It's about can he fit within the scheme, and we ain't gotta every year or so we gotta go back to the drawing boards about giving him more money and stuff like that. So you gotta look at it from the pros and cons thing too. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have a Hall of Fame, a Hall of Famer as a father that knows the game, that knows the business part of it. A lot of people be like, shh,
bro, Archie
don't even
Manning
deal
did the
with
same
Dion.
thing, bro.
Huh?
Archie Manning did the same thing for his son. What's the
Archie
difference?
Manning did the same
You can't
thing,
tell it,
but
bro.
Archie Manning
That's
did
what
the
I'm
same
saying.
thing, but he did the same thing behind the scenes. He did a lot of that talking behind the scenes. Dion ain't a behind the scenes type of person. Dion to get out there and talk the talk, which ain't nothing wrong. At the bottom line is this brother don't mind getting in front of the camera and calling people out. And that's the difference. And a lot of people don't want to be called out. Because we know what it is. We know what it is, man.
Oh yeah.
But it ain't none of us sitting at the top making these decisions. It's
There you have
them.
it.
So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what we think. It doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter what you're going to put up with. Now, if you don't want to be in the league because they doing you wrong, then I stand behind that too.
Yeah, me
But
too.
don't complain about it. It's like Colin Kaepernick. If they don't want you in the league, what you keep talking about you ready for? What you ready for? They don't want you in the league. I'm not going to keep begging nobody for nothing. You understand what I mean? You done worked all your life for these opportunities. I understand. It's your passion. It's what you want to do.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the business don't predicate behind one player. It's what can you do for the organization and how you gonna make us money. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they look at it. Yeah, we see Shedeur going through to the 5th round. That don't even make no sense. But it's bigger than him getting drafted. It was more so like, look, little bruh, a little nigga, calm down. Stop talking so much. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? We're
I
gonna
think
show you you ain't bigger than the NFL. And that's what happened.
I think another thing I think is that they wanted to make um a point and an example out of him as far as these kids coming out with these NIL deals. I think they wanted to make it be like, well, bro, you already made like $6-8 million. Like you coming in here, like it's kind of like you made more than half of the guys that's getting drafted anyways already. So
Yeah,
I
that
think they
is
probably
hard.
looking at it as that too, bro. Like y'all coming in here all flashy, all already caked up, already the man coming from where you coming from. Not just only him, just all the guys that's getting all this money from college now. Because you remember at one point they weren't getting no money from college. So, bro, you had to depend on us. Now someone be like, well, I can sit on the sideline. You can draft me at fifth round, bro. But I still got 10 million in the bank.
Well,
Like,
and that's
I'm still finna pull up. I'm still finna pull up in a Lamborghini. Half of these guys can't even buy one.
see, but again, you can have all that in the world, but you trying to get to play for us. You trying to get this job. If you got all that, cool, stay over there then.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that's probably was another example, bro. Like, bro, ain't nobody bigger than the program, bro.
Nobody bigger than
But
program, bro.
watch how they do on Arch Manning that shit though.
I mean, but it doesn't matter how they do argument because we already know the system. So
Yeah.
we had the same conversation, man. See, they ain't do. We already know. If you already know, then don't go play. If you don't want to put up with the bullshit, then don't go play. You don't have to go play.
You don't.
You can go to the Canadian League, you can go to XFL, but it ain't the NFL. Not saying he deserves that. He deserves to go to the highest league it is, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
at the end of the day, it ain't yours. So I agree. These kids should get NIL deals and have money. Now, should they have physical contact with that money? Me personally, I would put it in a trust and wait till they graduate or wait till they leave college, then they can pull that money out. I won't let them have it but that's a whole nother conversation for me. But at the end of the day, if you coming into a league and you already a millionaire, you coming in with a little cockiness about you, them people don't want that. And that's something you're gonna have to put up with, or just don't go play in their league. But don't sit here and we gotta sit here and be like this and that and that and this. Yeah, we know you know what it is. Your dad been telling you this for 20 years. You know what it is. You know what these folks gonna want from you.
They want a good old boy.
They want you to shut up and do your job. They want the Russell Wilson. Shut up and do your job. And then even with Russell Wilson, they don't even want him to talk about the Bible and being a good man and good. It's all about control. And that's any company. I don't give a damn. You work for Walmart, Publix. You can work for a construction company, whatever. You still got to work within that system. And nobody bigger than the program. And that's the issue that they have with these athletes. A lot of these athletes, they coming in with money, they coming in with exposure, they coming in the social media world where they come with their own game film. So it ain't like it's something like back in the day when Jerry Rice, you got to hear it through the mud, like, oh man, you seen that guy named Jerry Rice? You know what I'm saying? And you see a one couple highlights. Now these cats making whole movies, So you're a brand. So with a company trying to buy your brand, they buying all of you. So that's how it is. Look at it. Antonio Brown, guys like that. I keep saying his name, Pat-Man Jones, that cost these companies a lot of money too. So if they can't trust the process, if the company can't trust the process of the product, then in a way I understand, but at the same time, we really know what it is because that kid didn't do nothing.
That's what I'm saying. I understand that part you saying as far as the other guys, but he ain't even on the same
But
thing,
it don't matter. It doesn't matter whether you a loud Negro or you a quiet Negro. If you a flashy Negro or not, you still a Negro. So at the end of the day, if you showing, I don't know.
Negro.
Listen, this is the thing. This is how I look at it. You can be the loudest dude in the room, right? everybody don't want to be attached to that. Everybody don't want to be attached to doing this right here. Everybody don't want to be attached to that. I'm being honest. You feel me? So with that young man and his talent skills, we know he great. They know he great. Good enough to be great one day. The only thing about it is, can we deal with him for the next 5 to 10 years with his attitude, with his temperament, with the way he handle media, the way he talk. I'm just saying, a lot of people, they don't want that. Jerry Jones don't want that. Jerry Jones wants you to come over there. He do this shit right here to you. Shedeur probably ain't gonna go for that because his dad, he was raised up by a man that ain't going for that. So they dealing with different kind of brothers these days. They daddies are in their lives. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like back in the day where the coach is they daddy. High school coach, raised them up and stuff because they ain't had no. I mean, look at LeBron. All these guys that their kids going to the next level. They're not just letting their kids go to the next level and just be slaves to the machine. And that's the thing. But the NFL still in that mindset. It ain't like these other leagues where you have a little bit more negotiating room. In the NFL, I think it ain't hardly no negotiating room until you hit to a certain plateau. You feel me? So I'm not a fan of the NFL like that. I'm a fan of college football, but the NFL, to me personally, I always looked at it like a plantation type of deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even how they do the combine. Like, the kid didn't even go to the combine and do nothing. His interviews, like, all that take place. I mean, we can say what we want to say about his game, but all that, it's like an interview, man. If you come in your interview, yeah, we know you're a great fit for the job because you can do the job. Like you get a promotion, but at the end of the day, if your attitude, if we don't think we can mesh with you good, then I'm not going to put my resources behind you. So that's one way to look at it. But at the end of the day,
that's the biggest thing to look at it, bro. Because first of all, Deion been talking the way he talking, and Shedeur talking the way he talking. That was it. I mean, that's pretty much that's all it is, bro. They're not going by skill set. That's all it was, bro. That's all it was. I mean, that's all it was, bro. At the end of the day.
And I mean, that's the same, and that's the
Again,
road you take when you do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you don't own it, bro,
ain't no different from the Eli thing, and it ain't no different from the Eli thing. The only thing about it was they two different type of people. You know what I'm saying? And no worse, no better. You feel me? It's just Deion is a loud Negro to them, and they can't handle that. He's right. He's smart. He's articulate. He know the game. He made the money. He did everything in this world, in that sport, and they can't handle him talking and speaking the truth because it's their money. It's not his. And that's just what it is.
Yeah, that's the bottom line of it, bro. So, hey, once again, man, I wish him the best. I think he's still a sellout going to the Browns.
I mean, he want to be in the league. He want to be in the league.
Yeah, hey, no matter where you go, bro. So, hey, man, the blessing him. As long as he go out there and do what he got to do, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, you really don't have to do it. So it's really your choice. And shout out to all the brothers, man, that changed their life overnight, man. This is, like I said, it's a big deal. If that's your dream, keep going for it. Don't let nobody tell you, you can't do it, man. So if you feel like that's your dream and you work hard, you can do it too and get your family out of that situation too, man. But just know there's more things other than just playing sports too, man.
Exactly.
Don't be a slave to that system. But like I said, bro, if it's your dream and you work hard to it, work hard towards it, man, just keep it going, man. So, hey, shout out to Deion Sanders, Shedeur, Shiloh, the whole family, the whole Sanders family, and y'all keep it going, man. You got people like us that support y'all. I think y'all dope. I always been seeing y'all since yay high as far as the reality TV and everything, man. I like everything y'all doing, so I ain't gonna never bash y'all unless y'all doing something wrong. Other than that, man, that's all I had, man. Mike, you had any last thing before we shut it down?
I just want to make sure that everybody understand. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And let's stop telling our sons and daughters that the only way out is just sports. Now that's one thing, because we don't own it. Unless we gonna own it, that's one thing. But if we don't own it, then we playing within other people leagues. That's what, whether you on the back of the trash truck, whether you working at Walmart, or whether you in the NFL, it's all the same. If you don't own it, you don't own it. But stand on what you believe in and know your worth. And when you know your worth, they can't take it from you. I don't give a damn, So, but just don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's all I got.
Exactly. Hey, man, that was a good episode, man. Once again, shout out to the Sanders, man. Y'all keep it going, man. And shout out to everybody else, man. So, hey, once again, we definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in to the I Don't Even Know Bruh podcast with your host, King God, and your other host, Mike Chacho. What up? Joe!
Even know, bruh.
I don't even know, bruh.
I mean,
I don't even know, I don't even know, I don't even know, bruh. I don't even know, bruh. I don't even know, I don't even know, I don't even know, bruh. I don't even know, bruh.
see what we doing is cutting everybody on. Black empowerment so we can have our own. The new BT in a podcast form. Been a long time coming, now we going strong. Keep the people up, lift it all across the globe. We gon' put your own game, that's how we roll. This that wood boy crew that came from the scroll. We all stuck together, dog, look how we grow. From Panama Canal, gotta go for back home. The Boss City days pushed us to do more. Had to make a better way for our young ghosts. Now we vibing down the Florida, chillin' on the coast. Greater than all, now we got our own clothes. Keep the gold in the circle, that's how you blow. Put your glasses up, let's celebrate and toast. This I don't even know, bro, we too dope. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Time for us to crank up, time to tune in. It's Mike Chacho with